You are listening to a Daydreamers podcast. We are the Daydreamers. I am Erin.
I am K'Shana.
And a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. And before we jump into it, K'Shana, because K'Shana's leading today. Did you peep the new cover art? All I'm saying.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
We're like official. Like
shout
now,
out to Vitus.
Yes, shout out to the homie Vitus. Hit him up on all the socials at the Shell of Vitus. But yeah, I love the new cover art. I cannot wait for us to get posters and merch and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, let's make a poster.
Stickers, all that type of stuff. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make stickers. Also, I really shout out to my Sailor Moon shirt today.
Mm.
Okay, so
we're here.
All right, so boom, as Erin said.
That's what we say when we kick the soccer ball.
We're gonna kick the soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what? So I thought about a new way to say, like, you know how we normally do our "what's good" thing. I'm gonna call it like "what's got your head in the clouds."
I love it.
So what's got your head in the clouds, Erin, this week? In a good way.
Okay, I was gonna say where we going.
Either way, you know what? Honestly, because it could go either way. So.
Well, so I locked my baby. I locked myself out the house. I locked my baby, my phone, and my car keys in the car. And through all of that, I remained calm. Now, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's both, actually.
I think it's good.
Because the reason why one reason why I was cool is because, like, normally in Louisiana, it's like at 7:30 in the morning, it's already like 85, 90 degrees. But it's been raining. It's been thunderstorms. It's been flooding, all that stuff. So it's actually really cool. It's 74 degrees. However, humidity is crazy.
It is.
So I was cool. I was okay because it wasn't hot outside. And my daughter also had my phone and she was watching Bluey. So did she even realize I was there? She was locked in a car. Did she even notice? But although I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, what is freaking out going to do? And I texted K'Shana and the homie Vitus in our group chat, and I was like, yeah, so this just happened. And Vitus was like, oh, I would have been freaking out. And I was like, listen, white lady, I don't have time for who got time to freak out. Like, I had things to do or whatever. And I made a joke. I told my cousin, I made a joke about it. I was like, this is what I told my friends. I was like, it's sad and it's funny. It's sad that I was like, white lady, chill out. This is the black man I'm talking to. I'm like, white lady, I don't have time to be freaking out and crying. I got shit to do. I need to get my baby in and out, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to hold my feelings and emotions until I get home in the shower, and then I'm going to cry about it and panic about it and then praise God and pray to him about it. But right now, I ain't got time for that, and I still got to get her to daycare and get to work and work the whole day, which I really didn't work the whole day. So I was telling my cousin, like, that's actually, it's funny that I'm like, yo, I got shit to do. But then it's sad that I'm like, I couldn't process things right then and there. I couldn't handle it. And then the fact that I called this black man, this grown 45-plus-year-old black man, white lady, because, you know, like, that's just the rep white women have. I'm not saying that all white women do this. It's not what I'm saying, because we do have white listeners. I'm not saying this, and I am going to tell my therapist this, who is white. But that is the what is it? Not the norm. That's the saying. That's the
That's usually the average experience.
Okay, but yeah, that's what, like, you know, like we, you know, white women are taught to cry and get out of things, and then they panic and they freak and they're damsels in distresses, whereas black women are black, strong women. That's what I said in the text. I said,
tears don't mean shit.
That's what I told him in the text. I was like, white lady, I don't have time. I'm a strong black woman. And then I go on to say, therefore, I need to handle this matter, take care of this business, boom, 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 make sure my family, my house, and my job, all that is in order. And then at the end of the night, at 10 o'clock at night, when I'm in the shower by myself in the dark, then I crumble and cry.
Oh, you gonna cry today? We're gonna talk about that at some point, about scheduling your cries.
So in the shower, and it's just an easier clean up.
Know you gonna
Look,
cry,
it's just easier for me.
Not right here, right
I use my vibrator and I cry in the shower. It's just an easier clean up.
Just both.
But yeah, so that's what's what you say. Got my head in the clouds. That's what's in there. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I did not beat myself up, and my grown adult neighbor, who's clearly like my dad's age, he helped me out. He was like, "Don't beat yourself up about it," because I was like, "Well, what do I need to do to make this better? I need to put my stuff in the car, because I have so much stuff. It's all my stuff, all Zipporah's stuff." And he was like, "Look, this happens all the time. Like, you're not the first person that this has happened to. This happens. Do not beat yourself up about it. I'm glad he said that, because I wasn't trying to beat myself up, but I was like, Erin, you need to do better. What can you do to prevent this from happening? He was like, this is stuff that just happens. And my car is a 05. Why is my key getting locked in this car? It's a Honda too. It ain't no bullshit car. It's a Honda Accord. But I did not beat myself up about it. I will talk about this in therapy, just because, like, the whole thing where I said, white lady, what you panicking and freaking out for? That's not going to solve anything. That's going to make things worse. You panic and freak out, bust a window in a car. You bust the wrong window. You bust the window your child is sitting in front of. Now it's glass in your child's face. You know, just like, white woman, sit down. Get yourself together. And handle some business. We
don't really, and that's also a conversation that could be expanded at some point.
We can.
That how black women don't really have the luxury of performative. I ain't even gonna say performative, because you could be distraught, like legit distraught.
Yeah.
But like, we don't have the luxury of utilizing the damsel in distress trope.
And then like, I was operating as a single woman, because my husband had already left for work. His sales area is 30-40 minutes away from the city we live in. So what I called him to let him know this is what's happening. Call Lane Sweet Pea, call Cherise, call somebody who has a spare key. It's 7:30 in the morning. Everybody's going to work, getting their kids ready for school. You know, like, I just so happened to catch my neighbor. Praise God. Praise God for that. Otherwise, I was going to have to go to the school across the street and be like, can I use y'all phone? I lock my baby in the car. I lock myself at the house, you know. But yeah, like, I was operating as my mother. My mother was a single woman in a city by herself. Nothing but close family friends. But
that
still,
is terrifying to me.
It is. But go ahead. I don't want to take up too much time, but let's go ahead.
Like, being around some people is important to me. Like, that is, so it's terrifying. I'm not saying I won't do it, but like, that is a thing that terrifies me, is to like not be around some people or somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, get yourself around some people. That's not even like a.
You have to pray for the right people.
That's a safety thing that. You know, that is a safety thing, like, because you just don't know, to be somewhere where you just have no one and no one.
Right.
Woo!
My mom said when we moved to Shreveport, she just said she asked the Lord to guide her, and praise God, he led us to, we ended up making friendships with people. I was never I'm not going to say I was never in harm's way, but the Lord has always provided us with people that adopted us as our family in the right place at the wrong time, went to a good church, went to a good school. You know, it was just, she asked for the Lord to guide her, and he did that.
There's also like some shitty people out there too.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's the thing that like terrifies me. It's like we getting more, like, shitty people are getting more screen time. Like, so we're knowing more about the shitty people, man. People snatching people up in broad daylight.
I just saw a video of a little girl getting snatched up outside her house.
They snatching people up.
She was taking the trash out, and he snatched her.
They drugging people in Walmart.
They putting the sex traffickers. They putting the zip ties on the car doors and stuff. Did you see that video? Yeah.
They're doing that. They're doing, like, they putting the drugs on the door handle. They're doing it,
yes,
like,
I
if
saw that
somebody
video.
asks you if you want to try their new perfume that they're trying to sell, do not. It's a drug.
I did not see that. And
you
know what?
I
ain't see it.
When you get time, take a look. Okay. And she was saying, like, it was broad daylight. It was in Walmart. It was 2 PM, and the lady, like, not only did she rub it on her skin, so it's getting in your system through your skin, but also, like, you're smelling it.
So you're inhaling it, and it's being absorbed.
She happened to be there with her auntie. So fortunately, somebody was with her. But she was like, I was fainting, and I was trying not to faint. And I was walking backwards, and they were looking at me, and they were coming toward me.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You know, and she said, I just so happened to make it to my auntie, and I'm getting ready to file out, and she was able to pull out her camera and get a good picture.
Why should it always happen in Walmart? Because that's where my assault happened.
She was like, and then the lady asked my auntie if she wanted to try the perfume, but my auntie, like, noticed the stuff that was wrong with me, and she didn't try, because they would have got both of them.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody, she told the Walmart employees, like, nobody cared. Anyway, that didn't have anything to do with what we supposed to be talking about. I guess
it's just the shitty people. Praise God for having good people in our lives and around us, especially when you're out by yourself and you're operating in a situation where you're lonely. And the main, I don't know what the main point, but a point was that I was like, I don't got time to be a damsel in distress, aka white lady, and freak out. My baby's in the car, even though she's chilling. And it's only humid outside, but eventually, if you're familiar with Louisiana humidity, eventually that sucker will attack you like some desert heat. But she was chilling. Everything was cool. Praise God. The police came and all of that.
We've been having like 12 days straight of rain. It's been stupid. Like,
and it's supposed to rain next week too.
And it's like hurricane season. So I'm like, what? We got all this rain.
I don't have time for hurricanes.
And we ain't even had no hurricane.
Let me tell you something.
Yet.
We are in, and I know like you're like, why is this so odd? We're in Louisiana talking about hurricanes. Well, it's odd because we're northeast Louisiana. We are in the corner. We are like 30 minutes to an hour away from Arkansas. We are 30 minutes to an hour away from the Mississippi River. Like, yeah, in like an hour. So, like, you're like, why are you, like, tripping over hurricanes? Because we feel the effects of that shit. And it's crazy that we feel that. Yeah, like, it's crazy that the freaking Zipporah was born after a hurricane. Like, the electricity just came back on. And that's why the clocks were not fixed. And that's why I don't know exactly what time I went into labor.
We get tornadoes as a result of that, like, you know,
heavy tornadoes, but like we still feel them hurricane effects.
We do. So like we get the heavy winds and stuff, and
it's bad
or whatever. So there's that.
It show is August. It show is August.
Yeah, it's about to. We
about to get it.
It's through November, if I'm not mistaken.
And let me tell you, Louisiana heat and humidity is bullshit.
We about to have like all kinds of names. I just wonder what kind of names they're gonna pick.
And I ain't for none of them hoes. None of them.
I want a Hurricane Rock Xavier.
I don't want a hurricane, period.
I want to.
And if we get one, I need my electricity to stay because I have a baby.
I want an explicitly black name for one of these hurricanes.
Shaquan.
Yes. Hurricane Shamir.
Shaquan, okay.
Shamir. I want
Hurricane Shanae came through and rocked the fuck out of us.
What did I say? Rock Xavion? A Xavion. I want I don't know. Yeah, Shaquan.
I just don't need my electricity to go out because
I want something like that.
I can't deal with that.
Hurricane Taquasia, Sharmika.
How are you coming up with all these names?
Because
is Shamika really a black name, or
Shamika is a black name?
Did it become black like Monique? Because Monique is a French name.
Whatever. Monique was a French black girl. Like
Monique was a French name is what I'm saying. So was Shamika like that? I feel like Shamika might have
come from. I
don't know. I didn't even realize Monique was a French name until I was like, why is this white lady name Monique? And it's like, oh. Dominique. So that's what I'm saying. Did it turn into ethnic? Ethnic as in black and Hispanic names? I don't know.
It's not French.
I didn't know Monique was French.
It's black today. If it's not, it's black.
I'm just asking where it came from.
Shout out to all the Shamikas out there.
I do know Shamika. She was really cool. We was really good friends in elementary school. She was black.
Shout out to all the Shamikas and Shemekas. I want a Shemeka. Like I want it to be like, yes, like undoubtedly black.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that we're not gonna make our 30-minute mark.
No, we're not.
Let's just keep it moving, y'all. We're trying to change our time limit format to 30 minutes. Cause I look like I don't have on no clothes. If you're watching on YouTube, just know I have on a tube top dress and it's tie-dye.
And it's cute.
So yeah.
It's cute. So I guess what's got my head?
No, so what's got your head in the clouds?
Good. Nothing not good happened. I've been cutting up this week, so I don't know.
You have been a little. Well, you know,
I only worked out one time this week.
I mean,
I've been off. Like, I finished one of my assignments.
That's good.
In statistics, and I didn't die, and
that's
I wasn't
good.
completely confused.
What were you working on last night?
So I guess that's a good day.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I guess that's a good thing.
It is.
So yeah, let that be my thing for this week. So I want to ask a Daydreamer question.
Okay.
All right. So what is the minimum amount of money that it would take for you to quit your job? Not quit your job and never work again, but like quit your job and then like maybe venture out into doing whatever it is that you want to do. What is the minimum amount of money
I need to make
that you would like come up on? Like, so if you just like either like won the lottery or like maybe you came into it and we forgot to tell you when your grandma passed, you was supposed to get this. It just came through an arbitration. Like, what amount of money? What is the minimum amount of money you would need to quit your job right now today?
$500,000.
Okay. Explain.
Because it's hard to blow. If you can blow through $500,000 really fast, but I feel like everyday average people like me would not blow through $500,000 so quickly as somebody who's like just got signed a
now,
rapper
keep in
deal.
mind, you gonna work again.
Oh, okay.
It'll just be for you. Like, you get to, like, to quit your job and start Erin Ashley Davenport Enterprises or whatever it would be called. How much would you need?
Actually, my business will be called Crafty Mother Lovers.
That.
I already have a name for it.
Like, you will
for this
be
Etsy shop
again.
is going to be Crafty Mother Lovers whenever I get it going.
Take a break, but like,
right.
You would be working again, but for you.
Well, my husband is still working, so we still got his salary.
Yeah, okay.
For me, yeah, I still feel like $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's doable. That's not greedy. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
It's not about being greedy. It's just like, what would you do?
I really don't know.
Like,
I'm gonna roll with that. That seems safe. That seems like a good, decent number.
Yeah.
Yeah. To quit and be like, I'm gonna chill for a year. Hubby is still working. And then I'm going to get Crafty Mother Lovers and the podcast and everything else that I want to work on up and rolling. Yeah.
I would say like 150,000.
Oh, that's not a lot.
No,
I'm over here talking about a $500,000.
You have a kid and a husband.
Oh, I do have a kid. Why are we forgetting about her?
Well, I thought you was considering it.
No, I wasn't at all. Well,
so,
I mean, but she don't provide money.
And you have a house.
Larry paid for the house.
But, like, I'm saying, still, like, you know, you have she's going to need things.
Well, see, you know what? That's why I asked for such a high number, because I know there's things I'm not thinking about. And, like, I thought about my daughter, but I wasn't thinking about her daycare bill, which is $600 a month.
But would she even have a daycare bill if you...
Hell yeah, she got to go. She got to go.
You're not going to be hanging around.
I mean, like, we may have some days where she chill at the house. We may have some but she got to go. She needs to be around people her own age and interact with people. You know, I always said if I was a stay-at-home wife, I would still send my children to daycare.
I said 150. I'm gonna say 200.
Just go ahead and say 500,000.
Just no. I don't need all that.
You don't need it.
I just need 250 because you have that. Like, if you wanted to, you could pay off whatever it is you have going on. Right.
Okay.
Chill for a year, but keep in mind I am childless, so chill for a year.
That don't mean you just have other expenses. So the expenses I used to have are now daycare. I am
my expenses.
Yeah,
like to be fair, I am that way.
Like, you were talking about getting a dog, and I was like, look at Ragnar's vet bill from when we went out into. Okay.
I do miss our dog. Sat my auntie's dog RJ, and I do miss him, but like I just. I
just be an awesome auntie right now, and
I want a purse right now.
Just really settle into the auntie experience until you are ready to have your own puppy or your own baby.
I'm settled. I'm in it.
Oh, okay.
I want
really rest into it.
I like nice things. I like to have them. Like, I'm not expensive, but I'm an expense. You know, there's a difference. I think. Like, I don't have, this shirt came from Target. Like, you know, this sweater came from Rouse. What? Skirt Shein.
K'Shana is very, very, very emo, and it's hot outside. She has on all black, some black. I ain't tripping on the boots because I do want to bust out my black Doc Martens. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's pretty cool in here, and I know it's gonna be cool at my parents' house. I gotta go cook them some meat spaghetti when I get off.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop calling it that. I call it
meat spaghetti.
Yeah, because I have to specify because I make like vegan spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
So now I call it meat spaghetti.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like, so they will know like what you finna make, because we know you finna do something.
Like,
stupid.
what you finna do something weird.
Yeah, it's like y'all gonna eat, and like y'all need to chill out because you gonna eat it anyway. So like stop, and it's gonna be good. And you just gonna be like, I don't know about this. Well, this is nice. This is good. I know.
But they still want some meat.
Whatever. I got some turkey sausage, so it'll be meat spaghetti. But anyway, so yeah, I say about $250,000 because that's like that's a nice take break. That's a nice either down payment or full payment on a house, depending on what's going on.
Right.
You know, whatever, you be cool, and that's just enough to start you at like when you start your business, like you'll have enough to like invest in it, and like you won't owe anybody anything, and you'll be cool, whatever. Yeah, 250.
Okay.
I don't know what that was about, but yeah.
the shoulder work.
Get a little cap of shimmy.
Okay. Did you ever want to pledge?
So moving on
okay.
to, I don't know, man. That's a different discussion. There are a lot of awesome organizations out there. There are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was a debutante. I was a Delta debutante.
I too was a Delta debutante. There are some very amazing women and it's so funny. I've run into a couple of them in my adulthood doing the public work that I do right now, and it's just it's so cool to run into them and get a chance to tell them how those are some amazing women. They definitely positively impacted my life even to this day. It's some shit that I guess that wasn't really debutante. There's some things that I still do, like, just because of them in a good way. So they definitely were able to give me some knowledge that my mother was not able to give, which is why she put me in that program. Cool. So highly recommend any debutante program that, I just recommend that.
I don't remember much about any teachings, but
really?
I did have a good time.
Really? I remember a lot of
I had a good time, girl. We had so much fun. And then, like, come to find out, like, a lot of my friends were doing it too. People I was cool with that I didn't know about. I didn't know they were doing it. So it's like,
schools. It was cool.
So it was like my best friend Monique. Like, we showed up at the first meeting, like, girl, what you doing here? Hey.
That's always fun.
Yeah, and I didn't really know what it was at first, but my mom was like, Erin, she had been approached about it for me, and she was like, you want to do this? And I was like, no, but I didn't really even know what it was. I was like, no, I don't have to do that.
I was excited.
But like she wanted me to do it, so she was like, you're gonna do it, and I was like, okay. And then I got there and I was like, oh, I'm so happy she made me do this. This was so much fun. I
think she was afraid for me, because I was a different child, right? Like I was in ballet, right? Like super into ballet, like super into dolls and things like that. But I would have like jewelry box, this baby pink jewelry box where you open it and the little ballerina spins when you open it. Yeah, but I would go outside and collect cicada shells and like put them in there, or I would like dig up worms.
I feel like that's normal.
I was doing stuff like that. Like, so, like, there's that, but I was also very, I think I was a little too rugged, and I think she got a little worried.
Oh, she thought she was going to be gay?
I don't think it was necessarily about being gay or not. She was just like, you're just
a little deaf.
You're just doing stuff that a little girl probably shouldn't, like, society, like, you shouldn't, quote unquote. You can't, if you're not watching on YouTube, you can't see me, but just know there are air quotes. Shouldn't be doing. Like, we put you in ballet, like, yeah, that's great, but you still like jumping off of shit, like you doing weird shit, you no taekwondo, like you. Yeah, so I think she put me in it because she was a little worried.
Oh, okay.
But I liked it. Like, it was great. So the main thing I wanted to talk about today,
okay,
is like, have you noticed in your life that there are like reoccurring things or reoccurring lessons that maybe the universe is sending you because you didn't get it the first time? Do you think that?
I don't know about the universe keeps sending to me, but yeah, reoccurring things. Like, I know, when I lost my mom when I was pregnant.
Stop it.
I was like, one of the things I said was like, why does this keep happening to me?
Why does what keep happening?
Well, I don't want to say what it was that I was upset about, but when I thought about it,
but that thing,
those two things happened in college around the same time, and during age 19, 21, when the core of those things happened. And so one of them, when I was like 21, 22, that it occurred, it blew up at that time period. The other one blew up years later. But, and I remember saying, like, why, it was the same type of thing. But when I looked at it, I was like, well, when I got involved in this situation that blew up years later, when I got involved in it, it was around this time period when I made when I was in the same type of situation. So, yeah. But there were two things that came from this time period. One just blew up then, one blew up years later. And so that, I only remember that because that happened recently. Because then that happened when I was pregnant. And I was like, why the fuck does this shit keep happening? I was like, it doesn't keep happening. but this is something that started back during that time period. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know what you're saying. So, like...
But I can't think of anything. I mean, like, always messing up my credit or always getting fired from jobs. Always.
That's also a thing.
Yeah, like that. Like wow.
It's like a reoccurring thing. Like, it's like something that keeps happening over and over. And it's kind of like, are you sending me these things, like, trying to see if I got it yet?
I will say this.
Because I feel like until you get whatever that thing is.
Yeah, you're going to
keep experiencing it.
Right.
In a negative way. At least. So the thing might come up again, but if you learned anything from like the last 2-3 times that the shit happened to you, like you'll handle it completely different. It'll feel different.
I will say this, as far as like I said, always getting fired from jobs. I don't always get fired, but I do leave a lot of jobs for different reasons. Okay, on my own will, because some higher ups are laying folks off, and because me and the director don't get along. And fuck you, I don't care. I'm out. I don't care if you fire me. I had already quit months ago, but you don't know. But I will say in those situations with those jobs, I've always been frustrated, and it always got. I said I was not going to let myself get into another job, and I get to the point to where I'm just like, I don't want to fucking be here, or they gonna fire me any day.
That's shitty. That's like a horrible feeling.
It is, and it's like when you get to the point to where like you always want to leave a job when you're in good spirits, or like you already got something lined up, have an exit plan. Like, don't wait until doomsday to be like, I gotta leave. Like, you should have been planning an exit or having a plan months in advance and stuff. And so with this last job I had, I said I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, I'm not going to be at this company for no more than a year and a half. So I got to a year. I said, it's time to plan your exit, because I don't want to get to the point to where I'm like, fuck this, and everything about me says it. Like, I just hate going to work.
And it's going to be noticeable. Your work is going to change.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to burn no bridges. I don't.
Change.
Yes.
How you show up.
Yes. And I was like, I don't ever want to get to that point, because even when I was in Shreveport, like, I was ready to leave because like I was frustrated because I wanted to elevate, but I didn't want to elevate in the path they had laid out. Like, I was like, I'm just like, it's too restrictive over here. I want to be able to move up. I feel like there should be multiple ways to move in different paths. I don't want to be a bank teller and then a banker and then a assistant manager. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to work in the branch. Like, why is this the only way to go? You know, so I was frustrated with that. And then I just got engaged. I was frustrated with my relationship with Larry, but then we ended up getting engaged. And then I was just like, well, I'm trying to leave, but I can't just leave because I don't have a job. But anyway, like, I subconsciously got myself fired from that job. I did something that I knew I wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah,
like,
you fuck.
I was just like, why did I do that?
Well,
like, this was so stupid.
You could have just quit.
Yeah, but see, I was always taught that you don't just quit unless you have something lined up. But then I was like, shit, I could have, like, plenty of times.
But you still ain't got nothing lined up when they fired you.
Right, and then like when I was at the airport and I got let go from up there, I was like, I could have just quit, because now I'm in a situation where like I'm hurt because like I feel like I just got kicked out when I did awesome work up there, you know, and but like I'm still over here not doing anything. Like, I could have just quit, but at the time I was married, so I was like, babe, what do you think about this? And he was like, Larry's all about this money. Bring this money in. So he's just like,
what did you learn? Like, did you learn anything by those things reoccurring? So, did you handle anything differently?
Yeah, like the exit plans, and also like not setting into this. This comes with growth. Not setting into, this is it. I got the job, and this is it. I'm gonna make it. I'm just is nothing but the top from here. Like, not getting set into that. Because I was like that at the airport. I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. Like, I'm going to be here. And then I love the work. I ain't going to say I loved it there, but I love the type of stuff. Yeah. But, like, this is it. Like, I'm working in an area I like. And it's only up from here. But I let myself get like that. And then I got comfy. I had a nice office.
Oh, yeah. Don't get comfortable.
Like, now, well, I wasn't comfortable, but I was just like, ooh, I got perks. Bump them perks. I don't care if I work in a freaking at the little school desk that you have, where it's just like the table and the little basket up underneath it. I don't care about the parking space. I'll walk. Give me my money. Give me my promotion.
That part.
Give me this.
Give me my money.
I don't need a parking space behind the gate. thank you, this is nice, but I'll park in the staff parking.
Let me tell y'all, anything
in the back.
I think most of us know
Give me my money.
Actually work for other people who are not us, is that these companies and agencies or whatever, they will do anything but pay you.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Aaron, you want to park over here with everybody else?
It's going to be pizza day.
Let me give you a badge. Parking back here next to the director.
We're going to have birthday cake on your birthday.
We're going to
do, I don't need none of that.
Like now, I want my birthday cake. But now, like, you can give me a lap desk. What is my salary?
That's cool. Pay me.
Like,
but I think that a lot of that is like going back. Remember the last episode we were talking about how your values change? Some of that shit mattered when we were younger. Now, like, bills is real, for real. But not that the bills wasn't real back then.
But, like, you're bills. Grown. Yeah.
I just, like, you.
Just things change.
You're blinded by that. And
but, so, yeah. But what you were saying about what I learned, not getting set and being like, this is it. This is my bottom. It's only up from here. But also, like, having a true game plan, recognizing the space around you. 1, 2, that's number 2, recognizing the space around you, and also just like having a game plan and an exit plan. I'm not gonna let, even at this place now, I'm only been there for like 2 weeks now. Even there, I have a plan. Like within a year, what am I going to be doing? And within 2 years, am I still going to be here? Am I going to be doing something else? Like that's how I'm moving on, because I just don't want to get into the place where I am done, but I have to be here. It's a horrible place to be in. Yeah. And you don't want to be there.
I'll say, so one of the reoccurring themes that keeps coming up for me lately, I don't know, whether it is happening or in the I'll say in the past month, it's either something that has happened. Let me give it a year. So it's either something that has happened or in the past month, me running into the same people like that it happened with. And the thing is like thinking, I always say people gonna people, right? Mm-hmm. That's like a thing that I say. Mm-hmm. I say that and I mean it, but I put people in these categories of exclusion to where like, oh, they're people, but they were never people. No, them niggas gonna nig every fucking time. If you are a person, you are capable of peopling. And I think that, I think that is a reoccurring thing that keeps happening for me. Like about not excluding people, don't put shit past nobody. And that doesn't mean don't trust them, but don't look at them and be like, oh no, they're not capable, or they're not. People are always capable of people, and every person that's a person, they're capable. Yeah. Which means you too are a person. You are capable of people, and like I am capable of people, and I have peopled before. When I've been down bad on something, right? So I think that's like my thing is like that peopling in my face, and I'm like, oh shit, word, you a people too? Wow.
Are you basically saying like recognizing people for what they are, like truly seeing them for who they are?
Not necessarily, because you might not see it at that point, because that's not what they're doing. But at some point,
or like when people show you their true selves, you see it. Okay,
when people get weird on you because you either you deny some sort of access, or you say something they don't necessarily like, and by that I don't mean getting disrespectful. I mean it could be as simple as not fucking agreeing with them. Yeah. For some people, they don't know how to handle that. It could be whatever. You get the same people that you thought were however the fuck you thought they were. Yeah. They get real different immediately, and it's wild. Shit. What is it? What is like? Man, shit will change up on you quick. It's wild. You could go.
Or did they even really change up? This is how it always was. Everything else was a facade.
That's another thing, because once you tell me something that you thought about me, or you think about me, or you think I think about me, or whatever it is, once you say certain things, and I think we we're all grown enough to possibly have experienced this with somebody before. You've been thinking it. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck what you tell me.
This came across your mind before.
Yeah, like you've been thinking that. You've been thinking that this whole fucking time. Right. Or at least within the last 6 months. Right. However long the friendship is. And usually it's the people that I put in that category of not being able to people, which again, stop fucking doing that, is usually because we have known each other for a certain amount of time. Right. Or like, oh no, I know I would no.
Or you like, oh, that's just how they are. You know,
let me tell
they
you,
a good person. That's just how they are.
let me tell you something, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but one of those lessons was from my ex-husband. 7 years of marriage, and you peopled. Like, you peopled. Like, you... Wow. It was just like, what? Like, to the point where you're like, what is happening?
Like,
is this real?
Like, you...
Nigga, like, what?
The person I cut the relationship off with.
That's it?
Like, I've heard of you acting this way with other people. I've never seen it like this before.
But that wasn't
I've heard
your experience,
tales.
so you didn't believe
it.
it.
Well, I mean,
not for real.
I'm not gonna say I didn't believe
you didn't
it, but
think
it's
it was
just
for you.
I just hadn't experienced that.
Right.
I knew it's something that could happen in other situations. Did it ever happen to me? Never thought it would happen to me.
That's it.
So right now, I'm still talking about this in therapy. I said I've been in shock, but when I came close in an area where this person was, I recognized how my body reacted, and my body was tense, and I wasn't able to breathe again until we were far down the street. I mean, out the city, I wasn't able to breathe again. People will surprise
you, and
yes.
and you think, like you said, like, okay, maybe I've heard of this, or I've seen some behaviors that
but
could
it would turn on me,
give an inkling,
yeah.
But like, oh no, but you would never do that to me. I'm not sure what about me I thought was different in any situation. Not just that. But
I had a friend do that too.
But just
now I think about it, because she would always say how like her and so and like they would fall out or whatever. She was always not having. She didn't come off as like messy or nothing like that. Some people they always I don't talk to them no more. Well, it's probably you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another
thing. But she didn't come off like that. And
you also have to recognize like reoccurring themes. Like, is it a reoccurring thing, or nigga, is it you? Is it you? And in this case, it's me. It's me. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's me in the way of not causing. Because first of all, we can't control anybody's actions.
Right.
We're never to blame, quote unquote, for anybody's actions. We can't control any of that shit.
Right.
The only thing you can control are
how you react. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you do.
Right.
I don't care what you did or what you didn't do or what you said or didn't say. They are in control of their actions. They're in control of their responses. Even if what you said was fucked up, what you said could still be fucked up, but not elicit a certain, whatever. Mm-hmm. So the problem is me for just being like, oh no, oh well, that would never. Oh, I'm gonna do it this way.
Trying to see the brighter side. That was me.
I wouldn't even say nice, but try to do things the quote unquote right way or whatever, because you're not expecting these people to people. Mm-hmm. Whereas, like, say if it was a person you expected to react a certain way, you would govern yourself differently. You wouldn't necessarily be a dick to them, but you would just move a little different about how you whatever the thing was, you would just move a little different, but you don't expect them to move how they move. So you're like, oh, I'm just doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm being kind, I'm being gentle with this person. Meanwhile, the whole time this person don't give a fuck about me. And anyway, you come to find, and it be some shit you find out later. And you be like, oh, damn, I was over here being careful with your fucking feelings. And like, meanwhile, back at the ranch, you like, fuck that bitch. Girl. Like, well, all right. I'm just saying that's a reoccurring theme, and I think I'm no longer, one thing I said I was going to do is no longer protect the feelings of others to my own detriment. That is the lesson. That's where I have been wrong in that way, and why those things have, I feel like those things have affected me so much, because it's not even just that the people and like you're surprised and you look at them like, oh my God, you're a duck and you're quacking. I can't believe it. Like, it's like that's one layer of it. But the other layer is you're a duck and I've been bringing you seed and I've been bringing you water and I've been being kind and I've been being, whatever.
What's that fable when it's like the snake was injured or something?
That's what it is. It's
and then the snake, he got better and you're feeding it and you're taking care of it and it bites you and you're just like, what's up with that? And he's like, well, I'm a snake.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like you fucking knew that when you brought me in my house. Like, you knew I was a snake. You knew it. You knew.
Right. I mean, I'm saying, that's when people be like, is your dog gonna bite? Yeah, he a dog.
It's a dog.
He's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's, I mean, yeah, he's a pit bull, but I mean, he's a dog. He gonna do dog things. Were you worried about your dog in support? No. However, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I have to choose my child over my dog.
But you
because I will choose. Exactly. Like I'm not.
Is
a dog.
He's a dog. I don't ever treat him like he's not a dog.
Like I know he sleep in the bed with us, but I know he's a dog.
You got to treat people like they people.
I don't leave them alone in the same room because that's a dog and that's a toddler.
Right. Like what sense do that make?
Somebody gonna get in somebody's space and somebody gonna. I had to stop. She was exploring. She was like, "Oh, he got nipples. Mm-hmm. Oh, he got some. What's this right here? Don't you touch him. Get your hand off his nipples. Get your hand off his dick."
Oh my God.
Like she was like, "What is this?"
No.
Exact. A toddler gonna be a toddler. Dog gonna be a dog.
Like you have to. I think. What I'm saying is like there's also a fine line from being aware and moving in an educated manner. And just out here and like not trusting people. I'm not gonna do that, and I don't encourage anybody to just be out here, oh my God, just paranoid, like, oh, they're out to get me. It's not that. You just have to bear in mind that people are people and they're capable. The same way you're capable of doing some shit, they're capable of doing some shit. And I'm not even saying you gotta be like retaliating. I never put like any energy into that. That first of all is too much fucking energy. But
I'm too lazy for that.
Don't put like a whole bunch of energy into protecting these niggas. That's all I'm saying.
You know, like something you just said reminded me of a conversation.
How you gonna move? Not like on purpose to be like a dick to them. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Check your motives and thoughts, as Lauryn Hill said on Def Poetry. Check your motives and thoughts. And if you finna do some shit because this gonna piss them off or this gonna don't even fucking do it.
That's just like giving folks an ultimatum. Like, because in the end, you trying to prove this point, but you're going to want to end up with shit on your face.
You're going to be the one. So don't even do that. But also, don't change how you moving up. If that shit make them uncomfortable, then they just going to be uncomfortable. You know, it's not you doing anything to try. And that's something you'll have to check within you. Because only you really know the answer to that. And you got to be real. That's one of the times you got to be real with yourself. Why am I doing this? Is it because I want to, or is it because I'm trying to prove a point? If you're trying to prove points out here, that's a lot of energy. But don't change up how you move. If you're already moving in a certain way and you change that up to spare somebody in some sort of way, or you thought something would make something more ease, don't do that. Just be regular. Don't be a dick, but be regular. That's all.
Well, you said something that reminded me of a conversation I had with my mom years ago when me and Larry became like a couple, like probably within our first year. And I was saying something like maybe it was a holiday or something, and I was like, well, I was just like, I'm scared to buy him something, or I'm scared to get him something for his birthday or Christmas, whatever it was, because when I was with this person, and she was like, okay, so you were hurt, you know, and like Larry was like my first out of college boyfriend, you know, so I'm learning how to do some things. So like she was like, okay, you can't punish him for things that other people did to you.
Yeah, you can.
So like, yeah, you did X, Y, and Z with this person, and so it was about being guarded and thinking everybody's out to get you. She was like, yes. So I mean, sometimes you can't tell. Some people you can. Sometimes you can't tell or whatever, but you can't punish this person for what somebody else did.
You can move smarter with an open, still with an open heart.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
I get the definitely the.
I was like, I don't want to be buying him presents and stuff,
and do that,
and putting extra, like doing all these nice things. But at the same time, this is my boyfriend, so why have him as your boyfriend if you're not going to do girlfriend things for your boyfriend because you did girlfriend things probably for somebody that wanted your boyfriend. You thought that would,
like, we wouldn't be bothered with anybody, whether it's
but she's like, you can't do that,
romantic relationship or a friendship, because we've all been messed over by people in those, like, we would never do anything again. We would never be involved with people in any way. Employers, service people, in any way, because we've all, you know. So it's just a fine line. And if you are, I will say that's when I was younger, I used to move like that, like with energy and intention, like I'm finna hurt you, like whatever it is, I'm doing this on purpose.
Oh, I never moved like that.
I did. I'm gonna be real. I did. That shit changed several years ago. That is exhausting. That's exhausting. It don't hurt. I mean, it might hurt them a little bit, whatever. But it's gonna hurt you more. Like, how much energy you gotta put into that? That's what
I said a couple episodes ago, and I said just do what comes natural to you.
Yeah, do what comes natural.
Because
like,
for me to be like, for me to retaliate or purposely be mean or purposely not speak to you, that's too much energy for me to sit back and think about all that shit. Hey, and I'm gonna keep right on walking. We standing next to each other. Hey, girl, how you doing? And just keep it moving. Like, I don't have it in me. If it doesn't feel natural to speak to you, I'm not gonna fucking speak to you either. Exactly. I just don't want to. Because I don't feel like it. Because if I force that and you say something else, and it might not even be anything negative, but a conversation ensues, and I'm really not ready for any type of conversation with you, it's not gonna be. Sometimes I may, because we don't fuck with each other like that. But like sometimes I may speak to you if I'm standing next to you, and other times I'm not, because I just don't feel like it, and I'm not gonna force myself to do it. If I don't feel like giving you so much as a head nod, if that does not feel natural, I won't be doing that. Right? It's just too much energy, girl. It's too much energy. Yeah, I think you said it best. Like, do what it is that you feel comes natural to you, but do not go out. Don't go out your way to be. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Do what's healthy and awesome for you. Right. So I guess that's really like what I wanted to talk about is just reoccurring things. Themes. Did we go off from that? Did we move away from it? No. We still. Okay. I mean, that was a part of it. Oh, okay. Just keep in mind, because you'll get sent shit because you didn't get it the first, second, or third time. Right. And this is not saying that it's your fault that these things happen to you. It's just saying, like, it's just gonna keep coming your way, and you're gonna have to learn how to handle it better. You're going to have to. Right. I think it's just the universe's way of saying, like, you're gonna have to learn how to do this. It's like it's gonna keep coming. It's like algebra. The shit gonna keep coming up. We're gonna keep putting letters with numbers, so you're gonna have to learn it. It's gonna come back up, like, or not even just that. Really, like, let's just say multiplication. It's in everything. It's in division. It's in all the things. You gonna have to learn it. Right. It's gonna keep coming up. Yes. So it's it's kind of like that. That's, I guess. So we'll move on to like some trending things. Okay. So, student loans. Oh, bitch! I was reading up on that today, girl. I couldn't even get through the site. I was like, crap. Was my girlfriend Cherie texted it to me, but like every time I thought to look at it, because I'm thinking I have to put some paperwork in or whatever, I was at work or I had to do something. So like today, this morning, I'm in the bathroom. It's like 3:00 in the morning. I was like, oh shit, student loans. Let me look on to see if I got to apply. But it said like the government pretty much already has all your information, so it's just gonna happen automatically. Yeah, but you know what? If they take, I'm still gonna have a balance though. But that's cool though. But it's gonna be take that off. Less than I did see how in the future how the Biden-Harris administration is wanting to make changes to the income payment, because the income-based payments, because that's and like they're not going to, like, interest is not going to grow if you're paying, or if it's even if you're paying, even if your amount due is $0, like interest is not going to grow, because that's really what it is. It's that bullshit interest. I mean, yeah, the loan itself, but that bullshit interest is ridiculous. But yeah, like it's some that the changes to the student loan is much needed. It's much, because it just people got too out of hand. Let me just touch on. Did you see how people who are upset because Joe Biden was calling out them Republicans? Did you see those tweets? I did not, but I know these individuals are upset because they either already paid their loans or they don't qualify or whatever. It was like, what about the people? Let me tell you something. I understand your concern, but a lot of them are not just like, what about all that money I paid y'all? It's more about like, that's not fair, and so they shouldn't get it because I didn't get it. That's not going to unpay your student loans. I'm just saying and guess what? You'll still be in the same situation. I mean, did we just get it's plenty of times being rude with energy behind it on purpose? That's like, why? That's just like, okay, for instance, me and my younger brother, things were a lot different when he came around. Were we rich? No, but my mom was in a better place when he came along. So the fact that I didn't get to take dance and gymnastics and stuff like that, I can't say, well, he shouldn't be able to play all these sports because I wasn't able to. It sucks. And he got a power. What was the little trucks, the little Ranger trucks, the Power Wheel trucks, whatever. Yeah. I wanted a Barbie Jeep. I couldn't get that. The Power Wheels. I wasn't able to get that when I was younger. When he came around, he had one. I could easily be salty. It sucks. But you know what? I'm glad he got it. It's like that wasn't gonna. He got it. It wasn't gonna change time. Like, so it doesn't. When people do and say things like that, like it's not gonna change anything for you. So basically, it's not gonna change anything for you. But you're more interested in just seeing people suffer, right? Because you're that just way. Selfish, right? That's
you may need to go seek help. I know a really good agency.
Joe Biden them and they tweets. I wish I could find it right now, but calling out these Republicans. They said they had time today. Like all the Republicans, like it might have been like I'm gonna just use K'Shana's name, okay?
Hi.
K'Shana it's a whole tweet about how like you don't think they should be doing the student loan forgiveness, yada yada. Joe Biden and the White House then retweeted your tweet talking about K'Shana. Didn't you have 1.5 million PPP loans forgiven? And then it goes to the next person. John Q so-and-so is pissed off and mad about the student loan, but hey, didn't you have 30,000 forgiven in PPP loans? Republican so-and-so is pissed off about this, but didn't you have like 6.7 million PPP loans forgiven? Like, didn't you have all this stuff? But why are you having such an issue with these people getting their student loans forgiven? Like, why are we pissed off about this?
These adults are children in Zipporah's daycare class.
Girl,
because
they're worse.
Because
like when they're children, you understand why they are frustrated and upset and don't want to share. Like, but why are you?
It's
so
not even sharing. It's like that shit where like the kid will have something, and first of all, it's not even theirs. But they don't want anybody else to play with it, even though it's not even theirs. And also, they're also not playing with it.
Zipporah is good for me pouring myself coffee, talking about mine.
Ma'am.
No.
This is nasty.
You have your milk. This is mommy's coffee. Mine? No. Mine.
Everything's not yours.
It's not yours.
You can't have everything. So, the next thing I want to talk about is monkeypox. I'm terrified of monkeypox. I don't want it.
I mean, but like, don't you got to be like vigorously rubbing up against somebody to get that?
No.
Oh.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
I thought you had to be like really like rubbing up against somebody.
Like start a fire with somebody?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No. You could just touch somebody. You could
like shake somebody's hand?
Mm-hmm. Or you could just be working in a drive-thru or a gas station and handle money, and now you got monkeypox. Because that's what happened.
There's a strain of herpes that's like that too.
That is unfortunate.
You could just
this is what
touch somebody and have
and what is it? The ocean has syphilis, or what does it have?
Bitch, I be all in the ocean.
What was we talking about? It's like in the depths of the ocean. It's like some kind of Let me tell you something. Strain.
The ocean is amazing.
It's either syphilis or gonorrhea.
Vomit.
It's gonorrhea.
That is so nasty.
Don't ask me why I know this. I just know random things, but I don't want it, and so I want to get the vaccine because I don't want it. I don't want a chance of getting it at all. It terrifies me.
I'm not anti-vaccine. It's just like another one.
Yeah, it's
another one. And what the fuck is it? I would rather y'all had I'm okay with all the vaccines that were created before 1985. Okay,
but this
were created and tested out and all this because with that stuff it takes like at least somebody's lifespan for you to learn the effects of certain things. Sometimes they don't even realize that shots, vaccines, medicines, whatever are an issue until the person's 65 years old. You know, so you have to go through the whole lifestyle. But like. Though? Yes, they got holes in their faces and stuff.
I don't want that.
I don't either.
I don't want that for real. And it's it's extremely painful.
It's this guy from New Orleans, Lan. I forgot. I don't have to find him, but like he did a little TikTok. He's so funny. He the one that did like the love potion for Valentine's Day, and he was putting all that stuff in. It's funny. I'll show you later.
Is it a daiquiri?
He did put a daiquiri in the pot to make the love potion, and he put some Chee-Wees in there to make the love potion.
Come on, Chee-Wees.
I'm gonna find it. It's funny. He hella funny. I'm gonna repost him on my page, y'all. He's hella funny.
It was the orange bag.
It was the orange bag. See, was it both of them? I love the orange ones. Larry had the orange ones yesterday.
Get the orange bag.
Them things good. Anyway, but he did a little TikTok about like, would you rather have the monkeypox or COVID? Long story short, he was like, give me COVID. I don't want them holes in my face.
I will take COVID again, and I thought I was about to be out of here.
Really?
And I will take it. Was a terrible time. It was horrible. I had to FaceTime people while I was making soup because I thought I was going to be on the floor. Like, it was a terrible time. I missed Christmas. It was I don't remember you suffering that bad. I had to get an intravenous treatment. Yes, it was really bad.
Why don't I remember that? I remember you having okay. So you know what? K'Shana get on my nerves because we are friends, and like I understand. I think y'all heard me cuss her out on the show before about like you can be going through whatever you're going through. I respect my friends. My friends got an issue with me or issue in life. I give them space. Like I'm not the friend that's gonna be like, you know, if you want me to be like, what's up with you? I'm not gonna do that. I could tell something's wrong with you. Let me give you some space. I'm gonna give you a couple days, a week, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, so you gonna tell me what the deal is, especially if it got to do with me. Like, bitch, just go ahead and just tell me what I did is wrong, or that you think that I did is wrong, and let's just get over this so we can get back to life, okay? So I can get mad at you for you being mad at me with some dumb shit, and then we can get back to life, okay? But K'Shana, like, will be going through stuff, and it's like, girl, like, oh, something happened with your mom, something else came up or whatever with your mom, and I was like, you could have shared. Don't think you had. Go through however you feel however you feel, go through whatever you go through, but like, you don't have to go through stuff by yourself, like, and then like, you will never I'm just saying, do what comes natural to you and what's healthy for you. But I'm saying, like, you can tell somebody that, you know, I have a really bad day, mama is X, Y, and Z, and I may not know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm horrible at that stuff. I'm really horrible at that stuff. I dread the day that, like, my friends, parents, close loved ones, spouse, knock on wood, passes away, because I'm gonna be like, oh God, bitch, you want some? I'm gonna get some wine. Okay. Okay, I'm there for you. I'm not that comforting person, but I will be there for you.
Me either. I don't know what to say in those types of situations.
But like, K'Shana will be going through like, shit, and like, I have no clue, like, how, like, now I knew she had COVID. Did I know she was about to die over there? No.
Girl, I thought it was.
I knew she had COVID, and I was like, well, like, and I knew you were sick, but like, it wasn't given. Like, I used to be a contact tracer for COVID, so I heard people, they sounded bad from the moment they answered the phone. And she didn't sound like that. She wasn't giving that. That's what she was feeling. So I'm really pissed off that I didn't know that you was suffering that bad. I mean, I couldn't have helped you, but you didn't have to be there by yourself.
There was no point. If you wouldn't bring me no food, shout out to Vitus. If you wouldn't bring me no food.
I do remember him bringing you food.
Yo, when I tell you, I could almost taste it. I had no taste.
I think his mama cooked. Wasn't it like his mama had cooked?
Indeed. And I was
Why I just got a taste for collard greens and turkey necks?
Because it's the right thing to do. and I think because collard greens are like always the right thing to do. I ain't had collard greens with turkey necks. I usually put like a smoked turkey.
I just want.
Ooh, Lord.
At least, do you see me putting it up to my mouth, K'Shana? I just want.
This damn spaghetti.
What makes your mouth do this shape?
You know what make?
Other than Larry Davenport, corn.
I don't think it's corn. Might rhyme with corn, but I don't think.
What gives you this?
You know. I think you know. I think our people know. And if you're watching on video, you know. If you are just listening,
because you're holding it like this.
Because you gotta hold. Mm-hmm.
What's that? Is that a turkey neck?
I don't think it's a turkey neck. I think it's a little lower than that.
I've had me a shot of vodka and some Chardonnay. I'm gonna get my second glass of Chardonnay. Just letting y'all know.
It's a little lower than that.
It's
Speaking
a little
of spaghetti. Real quick, because I got one more trending thing, but also I want to say this real quick. Remember how I talked about that damn hamburger helper last week?
Yes.
And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be so good. Da 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 da. And I was like, oh, it'll probably do. Yeah.
We had the
it was nasty.
Oh, I cooked the quesadilla one.
It was nasty. It was lasagna. It was nasty.
You gotta get the cheeseburger mac.
It was nasty, and I look. I'm scared because it was nasty, and he immediately betrayed me.
Did you do your vegan meat?
No, I used turkey. I actually put regular meat in it. As a matter of fact, I used turkey sausage.
We used the cheesy. I did the cheesy mac, and that was tasty.
It was not good. I was like, it didn't hit. Like, I was like, oh man, because I really got there because I wanted some meat spaghetti. Spaghetti. I wanted some spaghetti. So I was like, nah, I didn't really feel like doing all that. Let me get this hamburger helper because I really been thinking about it. It's gonna be fire. No.
You know what? A lot of things from your childhood that you're like, oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. That's what I was saying. And
it was exactly what I said last week when I was like, it is not going to hit the same.
Like, I want some Hawaiian Punch, but I'm scared to get it because I'm just like.
That shit thick as hell. You can't even see through it.
But I'm like, I used to kill that shit when I was little. And in college, girl, I used to have big jugs of
Remember
Hawaiian
that Tampico?
Punch.
That thick
the pink Tampico
that never. It was so fucking sweet.
I used to get
really
the pink Tampico Punch.
Damn Tampico.
Why? I need to go grocery shopping. Why I'm finna buy some?
That shit is opaque. You finna have the runs. Don't get that.
I am.
Don't.
Girl, my grandma used to buy that for me.
You
and
use
it
that
was
Tampico
so
to make
good.
punch. You never drink raw Tampico.
Oh,
like
I
just
used to
straight.
drink. I would drink it straight out the jug. And when I was at my grandma's house in the summertime, like, that was my juice. She would let me get that juice, and it was just for me. And I remember my little cousins would come over, and they'd be like, Grandma, can I have that? They'd be like, well, that's Ashley. They call me Ashley. That's Ashley. You got to ask her. And I would let them have a little bit at dinner.
Tampico juice is a concentrate. You add 1 gallon of Tampico juice to a half a gallon of water. Then you got to stir it up.
Oh, because I used to drink it straight out the jug.
No,
Home
I'm
Depot
just saying,
bucket.
I'm just saying, for me, it's not technically a concentrate, but it's a fucking concentrate. Same thing for Hawaiian punch. You could add water to that too.
I never did that.
People gonna talk about me. People also don't like my Kool-Aid.
Okay, so. Let me go get my wine while you pull up your trend. Your trend. Do you have another trend?
I mean, I was just gonna talk about how they saying BBLs, like they talking about like ain't nobody getting them no more.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my wine.
do 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 do. Whip.
Did you want some Chardonnay?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Did you want another
vodka?
No. Girl, why?
No.
Because it was right there.
No. I'm
gonna just have the Jose Cuervo in the freezer next time you come over.
But they talking about people out here getting their butt sucked out. Okay, look, that's not what I mean. But like people out here getting their butt reduced, their BBLs reduced. They're getting them undone.
Well,
or they're getting them like dissolved. And the same thing with these fillers. Because people are out here looking the way they look, and they're realizing that they've done maybe a
too
little
much.
Yeah. And
but they have like the BBL that's like more natural. It's like a slim BBL or something like that.
I don't know, girl. But I know it's a lot of regret out here, and people are being open about their regrets.
I'm happy they are being open about the regrets because
I
mean, like, I feel like there's nothing wrong. I'm not against nip and tucks.
Oh no, do what you want to do.
I'm not against the nip and tuck because if I was able to,
because if I had it,
I would totally get a nip and a tuck.
You remember that 250 we was talking about, or that $500,000?
Mm-hmm. I'm here for whatever Bernice Burgos does. That's what I'm here for. I mean, she clearly works out, but she got some nips and tucks too.
I'm gonna get some stuff done. I would get it done. I feel like you should do what you want for your life and for your body, whatever it is that you want to do. You have full body autonomy, and there's no judgment on that. But I'm glad that people are being honest about their regrets when it comes to certain surgeries, because people are out here thinking like, oh, no.
Like,
and
I
then
would,
like
I
body,
would do enough. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying bodies are like they going out of style like fashion. And that's
because
not
it was
new
a trend.
Either. That's also
it was
not
a
new
trend.
Either. Heroin chic was a fashion.
What's heroin? Oh, like that Kate Moss,
like that,
like Kate Moss skinny.
I don't eat anything.
Kate Moss waif, that waif look.
That waif look, yeah, but like dark circles. Yes, shoot everything in black and white. Hair thinned from
Kate Moss
from anorexia. Sorry,
I was thirsty.
I was waiting.
And I was taking my I have a habit of not taking my anxiety medicine during the weekend because I have it in my bag that I take to work. And so I'm not going to work on the weekend. So, yeah, and that's one reason why I am driving myself crazy on the weekends because I haven't had it in 2 days. So, anyway, I just took it in the afternoon. But anyway.
But you remembered, though. That's
I did. Progress. But yeah, I if I were to get something done, I would want to probably get like my breast a little fuller, and I want everything I get to be. I'm over here really juggling them. I'm actually juggling them.
You're just trying to see what
I want them to be like, because I breastfed, so like they're not.
They're grown.
They kind of they're grown breasts. They're grown. No lie, I see my mama in the mirror.
They're grown,
and there's nothing wrong with that, but. It's funny because like I remember like when me and Larry are having our time together, he used to scoop the breast in a certain way, and now he has to scoop the breast
in a certain
way. And I never had big breasts. I always had a handful. So imagine a handful where that breastfed and you have to reach down and scoop it. When before it was just like right there, but I also been having sex with this man since I was 19. So
but he's scooping though.
He did scoop.
But he's scooping though.
He did. Okay. He's still putting his hands on them things.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what's important.
That's
what's important. That is what is important.
Let me tell you something. Guys don't care about these little.
It was just funny
that we don't. We care
I did
about.
snicker and sniggle a little bit when he had to reach a little. Had to scoop him in a different way than he scooped before.
Bodies change and they settle and they get certain ways. You know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's part of being a person.
Right.
And I think that needs to be normalized.
It does.
More. People can look like they look, you know, like as far as like surgical or non-surgical, just be really young. That's how you're supposed to look. Like, you look like that. But this is also how you're supposed to look, too. There's no wrong.
As a 35-plus-year-old woman who had a child at 36.
Like,
you're absolutely right.
Supposed to look?
You're absolutely right.
There's nothing wrong with any of it. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Yeah,
with surgery. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah,
wrong
I'm all for
with,
nips and tucks.
With regular either. Yeah, I would definitely get something.
I mean, if I could just get something and I just had the money for it, somebody gifted me a gift card.
I have a baby first.
You know, I'm sure I can find some shit to get done on me,
and
but
then
like
get some stuff done. Like, I was like, let me get pregnant real quick. Because
definitely after the baby.
What we doing is surgery again. If it ain't right, I'm not going in every 6 months.
And then people be getting this weight loss surgery and don't be working out. Like, you gotta still work out.
Okay, so let's talk about these people.
Like, you gotta work. You have to change your eating.
And they be done had surgery, but you still in weight shape. But you just had. But this is why. But you had a surgery. But just be honest about that. That's my thing. Is there? I don't think there's anything shame.
No,
for, with having surgery. But don't promote a product that you didn't.
Acting, and I have because me and my girlfriends we body watch. I be like, oh, that's a bad bitch right there. I need her body. I send it to my friend. Like, girl, look at this. But like she sent me this Instagram page where it's like this girl talks about people's surgery, and it's a popular page. She has thousands.
Oh, she's like, okay, you can see here. And you can see
there. She talks about it. It's surgeon something, but we're using my phone to record, so I can't look it up. But we were talking about that stuff, and like, she'll be like, girl, she got work, and I'll be like, what? And then she'll send me something and be like, see, she got some work done or whatever. And I'll be like, why don't these people just come on out?
Just say that.
And say that
and
because
I'm not saying you have to make an announcement.
No, but like,
don't act like, don't go selling.
And then you over here, right? You're over here killing yourself. And it was the same thing that they used to say about the magazines before we got social media and the internet. Like, my mom used to tell me all the time, especially the hair magazines, like Erin. Them people got a piece in their hair.
They still got
their hair not. I think they do. Yo. But when I was younger, that's the conversations we used to have. Like, these people, they have somebody, and then even with the working out, like, they have somebody there to drag them out the bed. They have somebody there to put their makeup on, to put to touch up their makeup all the time. They have extensions in their hair. Like, their hair don't actually look like this. I remember Gabrielle Union was talking about that in her book.
All pushed to the front
in her first book, she was like, well, why can't I get my hair like this? But her cousin used to do hair and was like, girl, that's a piece. Like, get this ponytail. I can't remember exactly, but it was something along those lines. But like, yeah, she's like, Erin, these people, like, Janet Jackson got somebody to drag her out the bed in the morning and force her to go work out. Cooks her food for her and forces it down her throat. Like, so you don't have that. Like, that's what you have to do it. Yeah. So she was like, you can't do that. Like, these people have people. You were on payroll to drag my lazy ass out the bed and dress me and get me to my training.
That's a part of their job. Like, they don't have to go to a 9 to 5 every day. Their 9 to 5
is them looking good.
Is preparing for tour. That is their literal job.
You're absolutely right. At that point You're absolutely right. And so I still have to tell myself that, especially now that I say fuck Pinterest and Instagram, because you can get caught up in that shit. Like, I said I was going to be transparent about my motherhood journey, because you can easily get caught up in the Pinterest shit. Like, now this is true for some people, it's not true for me. Oh, work out while you're pregnant and it's going to be easier for you to start back working out. Bullshit. Y'all follow me on my Instagram, and I was on the elliptical and I was outside walking up and down the highway all the time. And the soundtrack was Beyonce Homecoming Live. Okay. And I did that shit every day. And girl, who the fuck bounced back? Not this one. I still got that weight on me. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like, well, breastfeed and you'll lose your weight. Bitch, where? Where is the weight gone to? Nowhere. It's still in this belly. It's still in this ass. It's still swollen in these ankles, ho. Okay? So I be like, fuck that shit. Now my girl Jelena, oh yeah, she lost her weight breastfeeding. You know, well, kudos to you, happy for you. But that shit didn't work for me, so I made it a mission to be transparent about this shit. But all that to say, you can't get caught. Yeah, like all that to say, I mean, bring it back down.
What works for one person,
you can't get caught up in that stuff.
What works for one person might not work for you, and so it may have worked for them. You know, whatever that is, it may actually have worked for them, and that was their experience. But all bodies are different. You know, whether it's a diet or whether it's a form of exercise, or whether it's breastfeeding or whatever. So, like, we can say if we both went and did squats every day, squat heavy, squat the same amount. Our bodies.
I do need a weightlifting partner.
Our bodies would be shaped differently at the end because our bodies are different.
Right.
Even though we put in the same amount of work.
Right.
The results are going to be different.
Now, this is odd to me, and tell me if you do want to go further with this conversation or not. But, like, you said something about, like, getting some weight loss surgery and things like that.
Told me no.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I wanted it. I don't know if I want that anymore.
Well, see, okay, so this is the thing. Like, K'Shana's a plus size woman. She's a very voluptuous woman. Voluptuous woman. Okay. And so has said that she, you know, has considered, talked about all that stuff, but like,
through the process.
But the thing is, though, K'Shana is healthy, and I was like, okay, and what's your point? Good, so you're good to go. She's like, no, I'm healthy, and I'm like, yeah, you're healthy, so you're clear for surgery, right? She's like, no, because I am healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. I just have weight, and I'm like, but that don't make sense.
Right, because is that what the surgery's for?
But it's like only they only want you to do it if you have health issues and you are a healthy woman, a healthy big woman.
Let's be clear, because there are people out here who are getting it and they can just get it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the stipulations that I had to go through, you had to have what they call it a comorbidity or something. And,
what is that?
That a comorbidity.
Comorbidity.
Like, you being fat apparently kills you.
Okay.
So you need something else to go with it, though. Like diabetes.
And you are a healthy woman.
Or sleep apnea or something. You need one of them in order to a comorbidity. Like to be to qualify for the way that I had to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they just go to Mexico and go get it, or some people, they just got money and they're just able to get it. But like when you're doing through like insurance, every insurance is like different or whatever. Like you can't just get it. And even with insurance, that surgery was gonna be very expensive. Side note,
fuck my insurance, but just fuck 2 insurance companies out here in this area, because they are no longer accepting insurance full payments for your therapy if your therapist is not a licensed. Well, mine is provisional, so I would have had to pay out of pocket, which was $120, and I said no, I can't do that. And it sucks because I just got to the point to where I was like, I'm going to go to therapy to handle all these issues I've had for years, and it's doing wonders for me, I think. And now this time I got to pay $120 every time I come instead of the $30 that I was normally paying. And I was like, well, we got to work some shit out. But I'm going back this week, so I think they worked something out for me to still see my therapist and pay the $30. But that's bullshit. I'm just letting y'all know.
They made some arrangements. It's fine. It's not going to affect you.
But still, why do that? Why do that?
That's not the same thing.
Like,
that's why, because you can't build.
You fucking up their business, their money, and
not
then
really. They just have to do it differently because it's not the same, so you can't bill for it the same.
I was gonna have to quit, and I didn't want to. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to go to somebody who's licensed.
Provisional is not the same thing as licensed, and if you say that it is, like, if you can't bill for it the same because it's not.
Yeah, I get that, but my thing is like, but I need this, and it's helping me get through my day.
You still gonna get it?
Well, yeah, she was on vacation, but she's back now. They reached out to me, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, when the woman called me, wasn't my therapist, but she was like the person who was like, we're just confirming, and I was like, well, whoa, like, I'm still going to see her. I said, I need to go see somebody where I can still pay $30. They're like, oh no, they work something out. Okay, cool. Well, then same time, same place, same person, I'll be there. Anyway, go ahead. You were saying the insurance route you had to take.
I was just saying.
Yeah, I just think that's kind of bullshit. It's good. It's great that you are healthy, K'Shana. I'm saying that. That's amazing that you are a healthy woman.
I don't want anything to be wrong with me.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with her.
I don't want anything to be wrong with
but it kind of sucks that it's like you can't get something that you want or that you did want. But you don't want. But who's trying to do that shit? Don't nobody want to do that.
Even if I had it right now, I don't know that I would, because there's before I even.
Did you talk about friend with this? Did you talk about this to friend?
No.
Oh, okay.
And just because I don't think that I would, because before I even was going through the process of stuff, like anytime I get ready to do something or whatever, I do like a whole bunch of research. I follow a whole bunch of people's experiences. I'm talking about like through a year or more out, like of their experience and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just some things that occur that I don't think that I'm okay with, and then like life after it is not.
Yeah.
You know, kudos to anybody who went that route, and I think that's fine too. If what works for you works for you, but that specific method that I was looking for, I'm like, I don't think that might not be something I necessarily want to experience. You know, I don't think that would be at all something that I might not want to experience. The thing that I was looking at doing before. So. That's all. Mm-hmm. But that was the only, that was the final trending thing was the BBL thing. And I don't know. We gonna see. I guess only time will tell when it comes to these surgical bodies and stuff. Drake even said something about it.
What'd he say?
In one of his songs. He was just like,
of course, Drake.
About being natural or whatever. But I'm like.
But didn't they like that shit though?
They still like it. That's the thing. Ain't no past tense. They
but you know, this what you gotta do.
Like
you know what? You
they
have
like
to
anything.
do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They like anything and everything.
You have to do things for yourself.
Yeah,
and
so
not do things for yourself
for you.
Because the masses will like it because you're still doing it for the masses. Do shit for yourself. You gotta do
it for you, most definitely.
For you. You know, who don't want a small waist and a nice firm ass and this and that. Well, I got a big butt. It's kind of flat right now because I haven't been lifting weights like how I used to. But I'm wide. That's what it is. But who don't want that? Who don't want their body? But you have to do it for you.
Yeah, whatever it is that you do, whatever changes you make to yourself, whether that's a piercing, a tattoo, whatever, working out, even just working out,
you gotta do it
whatever it is. Do that for you because that's not gonna do like anything for anybody else.
Why are you coloring?
Why would I not be coloring? What kind of question is that?
K'Shana, I look over at K'Shana. She got Zipporah's crayon and a piece of paper, and she's over there doodling.
You should. Like, what's wrong with coloring? Coloring is
I just
joyful.
did not expect to turn around and see you over there, but I am over here chugging down with Chardonnay.
That's a joyful thing.
Okay, so last thoughts, last words, last comments. What you got?
Last comment. I don't know why I said it like that. Y'all, I want to do voice acting. I want to do voice acting. Me too.
No, I came across this girl in the Black Girls Read 2 group that got really pissed off at me because they said I was spoiling books.
I remember.
I inboxed her because she had said something and I commented and was like, whatever she said, it was along the lines of what I said too. About being like, what's this group for if we can't talk about the freaking book? They want you to talk about the book, but don't tell what's happening in the book. And I can't do that. But I just can't. I could, but I can't. So I commented and was like, girl, you know, they attacked me too. And she was like, well, it was the book that R. Kelly's fiance wrote. And she was criticizing the book because it looks like clip art. We're not over here. She wasn't talking about how making fun of this woman's sexual trauma and assault, whatever. She was talking about how like the book was poorly put together. And so she was getting criticism. She was like, y'all, I'm an author. I am this. I am a voice actress. I do audiobooks. And I was like, and I came at her.
To do audiobooks.
Look, I came at her and I was like, girl, they did the same thing to me too. I DM'd you. But what I DM'd her, and I was like, hey, girl, I'm a radio host. I'm a podcast, yada, yada, yada. I want to do this stuff too. And so we started chit-chatting. And she told me to go check out her stuff. And I asked her for info to check out her stuff. I just haven't had a chance to do it. But
I could read books to kids. Like, I think that I could... Like, look, this is, if you're on YouTube, this is a child's book in my hand. It's called First Words. Bright Baby? I don't know. There's no real author.
It probably came from like a... Charisse gave this to Zipporah.
Like, I could totally
She cleaned out her
book.
little boys.
It's literally just words. And you just,
because it's the first words. Like, it's a picture of a girl and it says
girl. Boy.
Yeah.
T-shirt. Pants. What did I say?
You need to say it so they can learn the word pants.
Pants?
Not with an accent. Say it. Don't say it like you in Australia. Pants. What is that? Say it like how you say it around here.
That's why they talk like that for watching Peppa Pig. What is that? It's backwards now.
It's socks.
Yeah, socks.
You know
what it is.
But it's also a picture of socks. Anyway.
I'm also mad visually impaired. Like, y'all see this. I cannot see. All right? Like, you know, they say girls with glasses and nose piercings are awesome.
I wear glasses and I have had a nose piercing. Oh, but my final thought is, I really want. K'Shana has on some very lovely perfume scents today, and my house smells like cotton candy. K'Shana's wearing a very sophisticated cotton candy blend with some what now?
I'm not wearing cotton candy.
Oh, she got on something nice and lovely.
It's called Intense Cafe by Montal.
Oh, okay. I have on Dove cocoa butter soap, and I have on, you know, the arm and hander. I've been drinking arm and hammer.
Oh,
arm
Lord.
and hammer.
Thank you, Jesus. Okay.
Lavender, because it's for men, but it's lavender and it smells good. But what I really want, it's so throwback. I want some Cool Waters women perfume.
Wow. Cool Water smell fire.
I want it so bad.
I want my throwback would be
and maybe some Lucky.
It would be Lucky.
That's what
the pink one.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about a Lucky and a junior high K'Shana. What you couldn't do is separate me.
Oh,
and
baby,
them.
let me tell you something about a high school Erin and that Cool Waters and that Britney Spears and the perfume
that
bottle
Curious?
Where you had to squeeze
the
diamond,
to
hold the bottle.
Yes,
the Curious. You had to hold the bottle and it had the little bubble that you.
That was like I ain't started wearing that till I started going out, and I used to come back to church smelling like weed and Curious. It was just terrible.
Wow,
I was not smoking,
okay.
but that's back when they let people smoke in the club.
Oh.
So whether you partook or not, you were going to smell like weed. And I'm a black girl, so we don't have time to wash our hair before church.
Right.
You just gonna go.
You just ride with the windows down.
You lucky I'm here. Like, you know.
In the same shoes I had on last night.
Windows down, and you just do the best you can with that pencil skirt. You know.
How do you know? Yes.
You spray that Curious on, and you go clap in the choir. You go do it.
Exactly. And try not to throw up. That was me.
And the elders could smell it on you, Jesus. And you didn't even
and don't even look at me crazy because you did the same thing, Sister Smith.
It's like I didn't do it. I was just around
you was
it.
out there too, Sister Smith.
The devil's lettuce.
Don't care.
Smelling like that, cigarettes, regret, Black and Miles, like
good times.
Or Loco Essence.
Oh wow, never did that.
And spray some Curious. I ain't saying you didn't take a shower. Like you took a shower,
but you did.
All right, but you know that's in your pores. Like the Four Loco, the Amaretto sours are coming out of your pores. And there's nothing you can do about that.
But yeah, every time I go in Walmart, I just take a look. I just ride by and I just look at the Lucky and I look at the Curious and I look at the Cool Waters. What I also want,
girl, that damn Curious.
What I also want that is throwback, Clinique Happy. I want that.
My mama, she had that. Well, she had a whole bunch, but did she love the Clinique Happy specifically?
I love Clinique Happy.
And that, oh my God, that Donna Karan, the Be Delicious, the little apple. You remember that? It was
I remember.
green.
I didn't have it, but I remember it.
I love, and my other throwback is the original Ralph Lauren. Like the plain Ralph Lauren comes in a blue and clear bottle. It's just plain. And I used to wear that in 6th grade. And I used to, it was amazing. So, yeah. Let us know what are y'all's favorite
fragrances? What's your throwback fragrance?
You know, what's your junior high in high school? What got you through? And don't say love spell.
Baby, and let me tell you, my first time smelling Curve, it was in the 9th grade. Oh, that's so cute. My first time smelling Curve was in the 9th grade, and all the little dudes that me and my friends was liking on. We all liked the same guys, and all the same guys liked all of us. We all talked mess with each other.
Or Curve Crush?
No, Curve. The boys were Curve.
The green one?
No, not the green one.
If it was purple, that was Curve Crush.
No, I'm talking about for the boys.
Yeah, they had 2 different.
Oh no, I'm talking about the boys Curve. Ooh, that smelled like butter. It was so good, and it was like. Girl, did you smell him? Oh my god!
Because they graduated from X and Bod.
Oh my god! I don't know if they had. I'm older than you. I don't think they wore that when I was.
Man, them boys would spray on some X.
I don't know what they
without taking a shower.
In the 9th grade, when I got to 9th grade, they was wearing Curve, and that shit smelled so good.
How did we get this far? I don't.
What do you mean? Off topic or
no?
Just away. I'm gonna tell you what else makes my mouth water, girl. When Larry sprayed that 1 million or that Spice Bomb, I'll be like, oh,
Spice Bomb does smell good.
Shit.
Spice Bomb.
I'd be like, where you finna go? Where you going?
Gucci Guilty smells good. There's a Versace one, and I can't think of the name of it. I don't know, but let me tell you something. I love a nigga to smell good. Okay, let's sign out this before we stay on here for a whole another 30 minutes. Woo!
All right, so hit us up on all the socials. You can find me on all the socials at Love Erin AD, and on TikTok you can find my kids at Zippy Loves Ragnar.
And TikTok as well as Instagram and Facebook, it's KHD Studios with an S. Just KHD Studios. And also, if you want to check out my website, I ain't updated right now, but it's some stuff on there if you want to see, khdstudios.com.
Right. I updated our website too. Check that out. The link is in the bio.
And email us, y'all. There's a link inside the website.
It's all over the place. Like, email us,
whether
y'all.
It's a review, advice question, because we really kind of want to get that section started. But you know what? I understand if y'all want to ask us nothing, because
we can keep it anonymous. Y'all must not remember my sexual assault episode. I had 2 people send in their experiences, and they asked to be anonymous, and
they may not.
They were anonymous.
I feel like it's not about the anonymity. They were, "Ooh, shit, you did that." I don't think it's about that.
Congratulations, bitch.
Anonymity. I think it's about
actually doing it.
Y'all might not want advice from us, and I respect that too.
I totally respect that too, because please don't ask me no questions.
Y'all know we ain't gonna say oh.
And I am on my second glass of heavy pour Chardonnay.
It's for entertainment purposes anyway.
And I've had a shot of vodka.
Just send it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening.
Like and share. We love you guys. Bye. Why are we so awkward?